I'm noticing they are getting the booth set up for Food and Wine. It starts in a couple of weeks. I am going to be back here for it. But right now we can look at the buildings. Unfortunately, my memory is not good enough that I can recall what was in every one of the buildings. But we're going to look around. It might be a fun game for you to play, to look at the individual buildings and see if you can figure out what products were sold in them. I could always go back to last year's video, and you could too, and see if you can remember what was sold in these buildings. So this is the first one we come to as we turn to the left and head toward Mexico. I have no idea what they sell here. They're not tipping their hand. All they're doing is showing a mouse is driving in an eggplant car with hamburgers and fruits and vegetables behind him, and it advertises the Food and Wine Festival. There is a storm brewing. It's getting really windy, and it dropped about 10 degrees. There was a large crack of thunder when I was in seeing Mickey and Goofy, and so I don't know, we might get rained on. But let's look at another one of these buildings. Anyone remember what was sold here? Where are we? We're now heading over toward Canada. Can you see the trees just blowing in the wind? You can hear the thunder. Where will I be when the rain starts? I have to think of a really good place. You know, China's really big to wander around. Japan has some nice stores. I love Mexico. I should have went the other way, right? Mexico has the ride. It has a great restaurant. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll go to Mexico just so I have an excuse to eat in that nice restaurant. Nah, that wouldn't be fair. We'll keep going the direction we're going. And this is right before we get to Canada. Now, I remember Canada last year had that really, really good steak. Do you remember that in my video? They had that really good Filet Mignon, and it was only like $7. Oh my goodness. I hope that they bring that back to the Food and Wine, because that was my favorite item of the whole thing. We only have to wait one more month. Really good sculptures. It looks like, I don't know, have these always been here? They look pretty new. I don't recall them. I wonder if someone recently did these. I'm feeling the raindrops. A few of them just hit me. Canada has a really attractive facade, but I don't very often go into Canada for some reason. But we'll do it today. We'll start at the Mercantile, and we'll come out the Trading Post. Check it out. You can get a Canada hockey puck. I don't even know what the price is on this. Canadian glass. Oh, Canada. I can read that. That's $14.99. And have we ever gone into a gift shop without seeing a shot glass? Why would a blanket say one size fits all? That's what it says there. One size, oh, they're towels. They're oversized towels. So one size towel fits all. Why would they say one, oh, I'm blue. What happened in there? My color changed. That's better. I look much healthier now that blue is gone from my face. But why would they say on a towel one size fits all? If the rain started, I might put my camera away, but I'm going to try to get to a different place. I've seen Canada now. We're moving on. It's not that bad, it's just a drizzle, but I don't want the water droplets to get on the lens, because sometimes wiping off a lens can scratch it, and it just doesn't look good for the video when you have all those droplets on it. This stand is kind of a dead giveaway. It's Joffrey's Coffee and Pastries, but I don't know what's here. I am really being puzzled by all these. Then there's the thatch roof. Coming soon, Epcot International Food and Wine. This really would be fun to go back to last year's video and see what was at all those stations. Maybe I'll go into the Rose and Crown. I have never eaten here. I want to take a look at the menu. They have a cheese platter. They have fish and chips, bangers and mash, shepherd's pie. I like a good shepherd's pie. They have a hamburger and a variety of cocktails. Look at that, Ariel or Buzz Lightyear Punch. So you can get Ariel or Buzz Lightyear Punch. So now the rain is starting. I got in here. Fiona checked me in. And I should be in any minute. I'm going to step off to the side here. Now the people are starting to pour in. They're going to pour in because it's pouring. Okay, so I'm seated, but kind of a weird thing is happening here. My chair leg is right at a transition in the room, and I really can't pull it forward and backwards just the right position because the chair leg, the front chair leg gets stuck. Right there on that ridge rail. To say I am torn because I like the fish and chips. I like to try the bangers and mash. I've always been a fan of shepherd's pie, and then they have the pub burger. I think you can see the rain out there. It is coming down in buckets. The food is here. It looks delicious. Not a lot of fish, but a pretty good, healthy portion. And it seems to be lightly breaded. I'll let you know when I taste it. And I got a glass of Smittix. It is really thundering out there. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you can hear it, but it is thundering like crazy. Try it on fast. Let's try this fish. Very good for pie. She got my response before you. Just as she walked by when I was recording this. It's good. It's light, it's flaky. It doesn't seem greasy. Let me take a few more bites and I'll get back to you. Here's the first. Somebody actually bought a sombrero. He wears it kind of funny, but he bought one. I hardly noticed his partners bought a fez and a Viking hat. Wait, it looks like they have another friend with a German hat. Oh my goodness, they ran the gamut. And one of them has a panda bear hat. Alright, these guys are having fun. They are in the spirit of World Showcase. It's getting better. The Viking has a face painting. Okay, so I talked to those guys with the hats. Here's the story. They are going around the world, starting in Mexico, ending in Canada. And they have to chug a beer in every land. And the last guy to chug his beer, the rest of them get to choose the hat he has to buy and wear. So the first guy had to wear a sombrero, but then he was off the hook for the rest of the game. But I don't know if I'd want to be stuck with a sombrero. The French beret, or that German, that kind of Swiss hat, those were the least weird. But I don't know, that sombrero and the Norwegian Viking hat, and on top of it he got the glitter face paint. That was pretty funny. I don't know, those guys are going to be feeling it tomorrow, I think. And speaking of French berets, we're heading over to France. What a stormy day. You can just hear the thunder rumbling in the background. I'll show you the view over France, and you can just see the storm clouds. At least I was inside during the main part of the storm. Well, I kind of remember this. It seemed to me they had a pastry. It does say dessert on it. It seems like here in France is becoming the regular meet and greet place for Princess Aurora. It seems a little weird to me because isn't that where Belle should meet? After all, this is France. Okay, I wonder what goes on here. Obviously this center set of books is animated, and it must have something to do with one of the games that you play around the different countries. I guess I never gave you my overview of the meal at the Rose and Crown. You know, I liked it. It was good. It was really a good fish and chips. But I think I just had it with fried food. If you watch my video when I was eating around Magic Kingdom, it was fried food. And I just feel like I need an apple or a salad or a celery stick or something. Too much fried food. So I can't blame that on the restaurant. I did order it because I felt like I'd never been there before and that was supposed to be their signature dish. But too much fried food. No more. This week, no more fried food. And here's the next one. It says Rio de Janeiro on the side. Anyone remember what they sold here and what they will be selling here in 3 weeks? I'm pretty excited to come back because all my questions will be answered, and I certainly will not be able to eat at all of those, but I'll eat at some, and I'll be able to show you at least what's at each of these. Like this one in Morocco. I have not walked back into Morocco in quite some time. So let's do it now. I've always liked it back here. It kind of feels like an Indiana Jones movie could be filmed here. Okay, what's going on here? Oh, it's the kids getting their passport stamps. Okay. The marketplace. This is awful pretty. You know, back in the roaring 20s, women used to wear stuff like this. They don't anymore. A lot of little trinkets. This is an ankle bracelet. Look how they display that. Isn't that interesting? How much is that? $14.99. Pretty. And then they have hands display the jewelry. That, oh, I see. That is like a, I wonder if that has a name. It's like a combination bracelet and ring. Oh, very interesting. I have a black one over here. And I suppose these are to burn incense. You see there's one right here. I personally don't like incense. I don't like a lot of strong aromas, so it's something that I can't say is unpleasant or offensive. I just wouldn't go out of my way to do it. Now, had the guy lost the bet for this hat, it wouldn't have been so bad. I'd even wear that one. Of course I would. Look what I have on. And here's a restaurant Marrakesh. Another place I've never been. Let's look at the menu. It's baked layers of thin pastry filled with minced chicken and almonds, sprinkled with cinnamon powdered sugar. That, I might like that. Although chicken and powdered sugar just doesn't seem to go together, does it? Sometimes the craziest things go together, though. I mean, I've seen bacon and donuts, right? I don't know if it works, though. I think people just do it for the novelty. Oh, this looks comfortable, doesn't it? I could see laying down there and falling asleep. So there you go, it's my visit to Morocco, and I'm blue again. There, it fixed itself. When I come out of those dark places, my camera must be making adjustments, and it turns my skin blue. And here, between Morocco and Japan, is another one of the buildings. This one does not even look familiar to me, but it looks like when you would enter to order, it doesn't have an order counter. Anybody remember what they had at the Japanese building? Because I don't. We know funnel cakes are always here. It looks kind of temporary though, doesn't it? And last time I was here, I took in the American Adventure. I don't remember if I ever posted that video because they don't allow photography and videography inside. So there really wasn't a lot to put in that video. Other than to say I was really impressed with the animatronics and the way it was updated since the last time I saw it many years ago. I have never taken a look at the Liberty Inn. Let's head over there and poke our head inside. Right over here is the menu. I'm gonna guess it's hamburgers and hot dogs and that kind of thing, but we'll see. So what do they have? The All-American Burger, fried shrimp, Southern fried chicken, grilled vegetable burger, Cobb salad, American and cheese, or macaroni and cheese footlong. I'll tell you, after all the fried food I had, I think I would be going with this. But not now, because it wasn't too long ago that I just finished that fish and chips. Hard to believe I've never been in here. Wow, this is a big dining room. It's so funny when you come to a place so often that there are still things that you miss and things you have never done. So let's look at the way you pay. It reminds me very much of places like the Harbor House or Cosmic Rays. That's what it looks like a lot here. And now that I've done the mobile order at Casey's, I know what that is. Although at Casey's, it did not spell it out, mobile order. Let's look at some of the flags that are on the wall here. A lot of different flags from the American Revolution. Since they were not completely united yet, they all flew different flags. The American flag, the red, white, and blue, had not yet been created. And so they flew under a lot of different banners. They flew under. They fought under, they were represented by. There were a lot of different flags. There's an awful lot of room to eat out here too. Shame on me, the host nation, my own country, and I've never been there. But I have now, although I didn't eat there. I'll have to make up for that one of these days. What do they have at the Fife and Drum? I always think of just that meat leg, that turkey leg. They have cupcakes, slushies, root beer float, spiked root beer float. That's at the Fife and Drum Tavern. It looks like there might be some entertainment over here in Italy. Looks like people are gathering. That was an awful lot of fun. He really allowed the kids to get in on it and the kids to succeed. And that's what you want when you come to a theme park like this, right? You get some A+. And here's another one right outside Italy. Building really looks like a permanent structure. They did a great job with the bricks on this. And here are two more on the other side of Germany. That stage isn't part of it. I'm not even sure if this is, I think this is permanent. I think this is always here. But definitely that is part of the food. In fact, pretty easy to tell because the sign is on it, right? But now that I look at it, I'm not back here often enough to say for sure, but I do not think this is normally here. I think this will be part of the food and wine as well. And this certainly is. Wow. Wonderful structure. Who wants to guess what they sell here? They're moving the floats in.
From over 30 locations, producing magnificent.
One of my recent videos, you saw this drawbridge open from the other side.
Spectacular fountains.
Now we get to see what it looks like from this side.
7 state-of-the-art lasers will crisscross the lagoon with patterns of light.
When I recorded that last video, that's where I was. I was right there. But I do think it's always fun to see that drawbridge go up. Now, I don't remember what they had for the food and wine, but I do remember when they had the peanut butter chicken here. And I didn't really go for that. So, 4 weeks from now, we'll find out what they have. Maybe I'll like it a little bit more. I know I'm not going on, but just for the fun of it, let's see how long the line is for frozen. 75-minute standby. I can't imagine standing that line for an hour and 15 minutes. And last time I was here, you may remember we went into Gods of the Vikings. That's a pretty neat display. I wonder if the Vikings are out today. I've never interacted with them. It might be kind of fun. There's another thing I always walk right past. They used to have the big Viking ship here. I never really come this way. So we will follow the path less traveled. And this is just one other exit from the gift shop. I don't know what, if anything, this building is used for. Maybe just decor. Maybe the gift shop is on the other side. And what is this? Meet Anna and Elsa. I don't think I saw a structure there. Doesn't Norway have anything for the Food and Wine Festival? We'll have to keep our eye out for that. Oh, and now my favorite pavilion, Mexico. I can't walk by. I really, really love Mexico. We're going in, we're gonna look around, and I'm going on the ride. And remember, next time you come to Epcot, no climbing the pyramid. And nobody's looking at the Miguel display. So we are going to. They really did a nice job on this. A lot of reflection here, I know. But they did some really nice things. Look at how the ghosts of his great-great-grandparents appear now and then. By the way, remember the Pepper's Ghost video? If you didn't see it, go back and look at it. Here's one I missed. I didn't realize they put Pepper's Ghost in this display. And there he appears. That is an excellent example of Pepper's Ghost. Now I want to look and see where they're being reflected from. I don't have time for such shenanigans, tomfoolery, hijinks. I have a boat to ride. Holy cow, I have never seen this long a line. I I really like it, but not so much that I'm going to wait this long. This is the longest I have ever personally seen that line. I don't know what it is in minutes, but it's coming all the way out into the central area, the gift shop area. And there are the sombreros that everybody puts on. And up until today, I would say nobody buys. Of course, we saw somebody who bought, didn't we? Now, what in the world is going on down here? My goodness, oh, look who's here. It's a Donald Duck meet and greet. That's usually right outside, but I guess they brought him inside due to the weather. That's a first for me as well. I've never seen Donald inside the Mexican Pavilion. He's always right outside doing his meet and greet. But you know the very best place to see Donald, if you want to see classic Donald in his sailor costume, as far as I know, the only place to do that is at Studios. Right at the entrance to Studios is where you can see both Donald and Daisy. The first one we looked at was that blue one way over there. So we did not look at either of these. Right outside Mexico. And that. Pretty interesting though how they can pack all those buildings away. Can you imagine what the storage must look like? Well, we've made it all around World Showcase. I hope that you enjoyed our little visit. We went through rain, we went through a first for me visiting the Crown and Rose, and generally had a good time. I hope you enjoyed these videos. If you do, please leave your comments down below, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. I'm Mark with the Average Me Travel Channel.